All right, if you've been searching for a business model that's low cost but high profit, you're in the right place. We're about to dive into one of the absolute smartest ways to get into the digital product game right now. Let's get into it. But first, just think about this for a second. What if you could launch an online business, a real one, without having to create a single product from scratch? Imagine just skipping all those months of writing, designing, and filming. Bypassing all that creative burnout and jumping straight to the fun part, actually building your business and making sales. Well, that's where something called PLR comes in. It's a seriously powerful shortcut that lets you launch a digital product business way faster than you probably thought was possible. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it all works. So to really get why PLR is such a game changer, you've got to understand the hurdles that digital entrepreneurs are facing today. And more importantly, how this model gives you a really clever way to just sidestep them. Okay, so what is PLR? It stands for private label rights. Honestly, the best way to think of it is like a business in a box. You're essentially buying a ready-made digital product. Could be an ebook, a course, whatever, and you get the legal rights to change it, put your own brand on it, and sell it as your own. You're not starting from a blank page. You're starting with a proven foundation. So why is this blowing up right now in this particular year? Well, it's pretty much a perfect storm. First, you've got this massive shift towards businesses you can run from anywhere with super low overhead. People want freedom, right? Not a garage full of inventory. Second, customers are just screaming for done-for-you solutions. They will happily pay to save time. And third, with all the new AI tools, there's this new, huge demand, not for more tools, but for organized systems that make sense of it all. And that perfect storm creates, first and foremost, incredibly high demand. People are out there right now actively searching for plug-and-play solutions that solve their problems fast. Next up is the cost, or maybe I should say the lack of cost, because you're not building a product from zero, your startup costs are tiny. You're literally skipping the most expensive, most time-consuming part of the whole process. And that leads to speed. The speed advantage here is it's a game changer. You can have a professional, branded product on the market in days, not the months or even years it takes to create from scratch. That kind of agility is a massive, massive edge. But here's the number that really seals the deal for most people. Because it's a digital file, you sell it over and over and over again with no extra cost. That means the profit margins are just staggering. We're talking 80 to 95%. It's about as pure a scalable digital model as you can get. Okay. So the potential is obviously huge, but where do you even start? Well, it all begins with choosing the right niche. This is the absolute foundation of your entire PLR business. Get this right, and everything else gets easier. You really can't go wrong if you focus on these big, evergreen markets. Health, wealth, productivity, business, these niches always dominate. Why? Because they solve deep, ongoing problems that people are always willing to pay money to fix. Think about it. Meditation guides, side hustle plans. The demand just never goes away. But if you want to know where the fastest growth is, it's right here. AI and tech skills. The key thing to understand is that people are feeling overwhelmed by all the new tech. They don't just want another AI tool, they want a step-by-step system that's already done for them. That's exactly why things like ChatGPT guides or packs of ready-to-use AI prompts are selling like crazy right now. All right, so you've got your niche locked in. Now, what's the product actually going to be? The format you pick makes a huge difference in what people think it's worth and how you can sell it. So let's look at the options. Ebooks are awesome for lower-cost products that build your authority. But then you have video courses, which just scream premium. They have a super high perceived value. Planners and journals are perfect for sites like Etsy because people feel like they're getting a hands-on tool. And my personal favorite, templates and toolkits. They sell so well because they are immediately useful. The customer gets instant value. And now we get to the most important part. You've got your niche, you've got your product, but how do you actually stand out and make sales? This right here is what separates the folks who make a little extra cash from the folks who build a real business. This really comes down to the number one rule of PLR. I can't stress this enough. The biggest mistake, the one that almost guarantees you'll fail, is selling the product exactly as you bought it. The pro move, the only move if you're serious, is to customize and rebrand everything. You have to make it uniquely yours. And to do that, you just followed this simple 4-step formula. 1, rebrand it all. Change the design, inject your own voice. 2, bundle it.
Combine a few products together to instantly raise the value and the price you can charge. 3, position it as a total solution. You're not selling a PDF, you're selling a transformation, an outcome. And 4, add amazing bonuses like checklists or swipe files that make buying it a complete no-brainer.
And just to really hammer this home, please avoid these classic mistakes. We've already talked about selling generic stuff, but also don't just jump into a huge niche like wellness without a unique angle to help you stand out. And please, never, ever try to compete on who has the lowest price. That's a race to the bottom. Add value, build a brand, and charge what you're worth. You know, this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The whole opportunity is right here. Winning today isn't about who can create the most stuff from scratch. It's about who can intelligently package, position, and get real solutions to the market faster and better than anyone else.
So there you have it. That's the complete blueprint for launching a fast, scalable, and seriously high-profit digital business. The strategy itself is simple, but it is incredibly powerful. So the only real question left is the one you see on the screen. You have the blueprint now. What solution are you going to launch first?